Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Mindful and Mellow. Today is Sunday, July 21st. Today is an exciting day because we have the full moon. We have the full moon in Capricorn, I believe. And this happened early this morning. And full moons, as you know, are often a wonderful time of, enhanced energy and abilities to manifest our truest and deepest desires. It's also a time to reflect and think about what we want to grow and develop. And so I want to kind of take a time, this is like we're in the early stages of the summer or approaching midsummer, I guess you could say. This is a wonderful time to kind of assess like our energy, growth, and abundance, and some other factors. So with that, I'm going to use the Morgan Great Tarot deck. I'm going to ask a series of questions. We're going to talk a little bit about the energy that the sun is releasing down on you. And then we want to understand what energy is embracing you in this current time. And we'll move into growth and abundance. So let's start with the sun's energy right now is a 5 of Wands. Okay. In the area of growth and abundance, we have the 4 of Wands. Okay, so interestingly, we do 4. So we start with 5, we went to 4. Adventures and explorations. What are some adventures and explorations? What's going on in your world around that? Adventures and explorations. The Queen of Pentacles. I want to ask about self-care and relaxation. What's going on as far as relaxation and self-care in your world? So we have the Knight of Pentacles. Social connections. In the area of social connections, we have the Knight of Swords. So two knights here together. Pretty interesting. Okay. And then in the area of the path forward, what's coming at you? In the area of the path forward, what's coming at you? We have the Emperor. Okay, so overall, a couple of things here. Like I said, interested to me that we would go from 5 to 4. Even though they're separate questions, and there's a deck of 78 cards, pulling out 2 in order or in reverse order is kind of interesting to me. It's kind of like, in my mind, it's almost like, descending downwards, down into ultimately the Ace of Wands. But we don't have the Ace of Wands here, but we have 5 and 4. We have 2 knights together too. So the knights, remember, these are usually younger individuals. These are usually those that have a lot of energy, enthusiasm. They tend to move very quickly, particularly the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Pentacles is a little bit more slower moving. So it's almost like these two are kind of like balancing each other out maybe a little bit. Just like this one here, some of the celebrations and the excitement and the potential marriage or whatever this case might be, the celebration with 4, maybe balancing out a little bit of the any conflict or, I would say like, I'm getting like a headlock. I'm kind of hitting my 2 fists together, like kind of like butting heads, whatever. If you're butting heads with anybody, you might be balancing that out a little bit with some sort of, very exciting time and exciting news, some sort of a celebration, could even be a wedding, or sometimes weddings themselves can bring some conflict, and variances of opinion and minute and details of the event, right? So as far as the sun's energy, like you have the 5 of Wands here. So they might be a little bit of change going on as well. 5s are usually about change, but they're also a little bit about conflict and a little bit of, kind of standing your ground, taking like being on the offense. If you're finding yourself on the offense, I think it's good to understand why. And to truly ask yourself, like, why do I feel that way? You might find, drawing the connection to the law of attraction here, right, that whatever is causing you to this undue stress or anxiety or being a little bit more combative has something to do with a fear or anxiety that just isn't really valid, okay? So I think you want to make sure that be aware of the feelings that you're feeling. If you do feel a little bit unguarded, is the term I just got, be aware as to why you're feeling that way and analyze what those feelings are and see if you can reframe those, right? So, if you've recently, you feel like, you're getting or maybe you've lost a job and maybe you're a little bit on the offense, okay? Maybe you're a little bit sensitive to that. You might discover through some analysis, through some self-reflection and meditation, that, hey, what is causing that feeling within you? What is causing that? Is it the feeling that, it's almost like you feel like you're not worthy without a job, that your job is defining who you are as a person, or that you kind of feel like a failure, or you feel whatever the case might be, right? And then you're going to realize that none of those things are truly 100% accurate, okay? And you can kind of reframe those and kind of reframe the position from, this is whatever the scenario is opening you up to new opportunities, bringing you an opportunity to kind of take some time out to yourself to reflect on what you truly desire and want. So I do feel that with somebody. So, I think you need to kind of be mindful of that and think about what you truly want to, what you truly desire, and making sure that you're moving in the right direction and that you're reframing some negative thoughts that might be holding you back. In the area of growth and abundance, the Four of Wands. Notice this makes 11-11. So I think you might see a lot of synchronicities now. So be mindful of that. I'd love to know if anybody has seen 11-11 pop up, whether it be on the license plate, whether it be on a clock, pages in a book, whatever the case might be, or some other number that's similar, has a similar effect as 11-11. Remember, all of these synchronicities have a meaning that you apply to them, right? So it's kind of your meaning. So no one can really tell you that your interpretation of that synchronicity is wrong. There are some standard ones, of course, but it also comes right down to what significance you apply to it. Just kind of like like a red, is it a robin? I guess it's a red robin, right? Red robins are typically thought to be a visitor from the great beyond, someone who's passed away, kind of, exhibiting their presence around us. That is kind of the standard meaning behind seeing a robin at your window in the winter or whatever the case might be. But it's kind of really whatever it is to you. Maybe it's significant to you because it's indicative of like a visit from like a late grandparent, and that's completely fine and accurate for you. So be mindful of that. But growth and abundance, whatever this is, this is a great time of great success, great celebration, whatever this is. This could be marriage, but it could also just be a broader celebration, a party. It's the summertime. There's a lot of these kind of things going on. So, focus on growing and evolving your relationships, your friendships, whatever it might be, and celebrating those wins and successes is kind of what I just got from this, okay? Celebrate those wins and successes. Now, the Queen of Pentacles appears in your adventures and explorations. The Queen of Pentacles, she's very thrifty, but she's also very effective in kind of managing her money and her resources. So whatever you're going to do, this could be going on an adventure, but I'm getting the sense that you might find something that you'd like to go and do that you can do on a low budget cost, maybe. And maybe that's kind of like the suggestion to you here is, see, how can you go about having a wonderful adventure and doing so without spending a ton of money, right? Conversely, the Queen of Pentacles can also be somebody who, delves into like a side hustle or finds is also very good at kind of attracting money to her. She is an attractive manifester that attracts abundance into her life. Now, abundance comes in many forms. So maybe if you're focusing on, adventures and explorations and vacations and opportunities to get out there and explore something exciting and fun, the Queen of Pentacles would say, you are the attractor of the things that come into your life. You're the attractor of the things that you experience. And again, I do kind of draw it back to like kind of doing so on a budget. But I think if you can kind of set the intention and kind of visualize where you want to go, what you want to experience, how you want to feel, and what you truly want to embrace on this particular adventure, it will come to you, okay? So you'll find yourself kind of in the right time, in the right place to go on that particular adventure, okay? So as far as self-care and relaxation, we have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles, like he's kind of already planted in his field and he's kind of standing out there. But sometimes self-care to me is like pausing. It's taking that time off. So like if you've been running wild and you've been going out and you've been working, you've been, kind of burning the candle at both ends, as my mother would say, this might be saying, okay, this is a good time to pause and I just got gratitude from this too, because I think when we pause, we can kind of take a look around and take a moment to appreciate all the things that we've manifested, all of the experiences, all of the abundance that we have, and just everything we have in our lives, from the people in it to the opportunities, to the house that we live in, or the apartment, or the condo, whatever it is. I think if you can take an opportunity to do that and relax and express that gratitude, right? We know from law of attraction, gratitude attracts more of the like into our lives. We manifest more of that, and you will see more and more evidence of that. And so that's also a form that, to me, that's a very much a form of self-care. But also pausing is also a great time to kind of quiet your mind and do some meditation and do some analysis of, like I said before, kind of in relation to the Five of Wands, is, ensuring that your mindset, kind of like the story that you're telling yourself, your self-concept, who you are, who do you say that you are? This is a good time to kind of go through that process. That's a self-care process where you ask yourself, who are you? And who do you say that you are? I mean, if you're telling yourself that you are unattractive and you are not a sufficient partner in a romantic relationship, you will see more and more signs of that, and you will manifest a single lifestyle. If you tell yourself that you are someone that is a loving and fulfilling partner, that you are everything that you want in a boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever, and you can expand upon some of those key attributes and basically affirm that you embrace all these key attributes, you will get more of that. So I think this is kind of like assessing where you are. This is a good time to do it, particularly if this is the energy that's around you. Okay, this five of wands. That's particularly a good time to do it. Okay. Now, creative expression. Now, the Knight of Swords, he's got a lot of ideas and he tends to move very quickly. So what I'm getting here is, if you get an idea, like a creative expression, if you get an idea, write it down. Take some action to move towards it. Don't just necessarily easily dismiss it, right? So when you get that spur of insight, or like that idea for a business, for an adventure, right? Could be really anything, for something to do, some place. Going on a bike ride is something I just got, like to a certain spot. When you get these intuitive insights or these bursts of inspiration, make a note of those, because like the Knight of Swords, like he tends to be kind of impulsive, and maybe you're spending too much time thinking about things, right? The Knight of Swords, conversely, sometimes he's criticized for being too reactive and kind of being that, quote, like bull in a china shop. But what I'm getting here is, in relation to creative expression, that what you want to do is maybe do some research, take some sort of inspired action. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean go out and spend a lot of money to incur debt or whatever it might be to explore a sudden idea that pops into your mind. But this might involve doing some due diligence, doing some Google searches, understanding like what the opportunity might be in relation to that. Okay, and then kind of delving into that further, because that could be could open up a lot of doors, and could be something that really moves very quickly. Okay, now in the area of the general energy, what's coming towards us, we have the Emperor. So the Emperor is, this is a very solid energy. The Emperor is one person. He is authoritative. He is a leader. He is in charge. Okay. So whether or not, all of these things we just talked about here, is moving you into a place of stronger, it is putting you into a solid pedestal, so to speak. Okay. I think this is about putting yourself on a pedestal, is when I see this Emperor, right? We tend to put people that we're interested in romantically on a pedestal, right? We idolize them, and we hold them in such high regard that we kind of like lose sight of who we are, and that can often lead to a downfall in a relationship or a budding relationship. But the Emperor is somebody who is very decisive. They are very solid. Now, this could be somebody coming into your life too, right? This could be somebody that's like becomes a mentor to you. Somebody who opens up a particular door or opportunity for you. This could be you kind of getting involved with somebody romantically who is an Emperor type person. Could be male or female, right? It's really about, being in charge, having all the resources that you need, and being highly respected and well regarded. But I do think that if you're able to kind of go through some of these exercises here, right, focus on your growth and abundance, kind of do some self-care and relaxation, what you do is you make yourself more attractive and appealing. And so the Emperor itself, he is attractive and appealing because he comes across as being so rock solid, is what comes to my mind. And I think, and very strong in his convictions. And I think that's kind of like the direction in which you're moving. So I hope that was helpful. I think what I want to do is I'm going to use the Rider-Waite Tarot deck. I'm going to pull 2 more cards for future, just to kind of expand upon anything we need to know about the Emperor, anything like related to that. So let's pull 2 cards. I have the Wheel of Fortune, and I have the Queen of Cups. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune, obviously things are starting to really move into your favor here, right? The wheel turns, and if the wheel has turned from where you might be over here at the 5 of Wands with any potential conflict, this is indicating that things are starting to move into your favor. This is a significant time. It's also not lost on me that both the Emperor and the Wheel of Fortune are both major arcana cards. These are very strong, very positive cards from the major arcana, so they're very important cards. And so whatever you're going for, whatever's coming at you, will bring a lot of positive change and a significant influence. And that's also exacerbated by the Queen of Cups here, right? The Queen of Cups appears here. The Queen of Cups, she's very nurturing, she's very articulate, she's very confident and comfortable in her feelings, and she sits in a position of power as well, similar to the Emperor. She's got a little bit more of the feminine energy. She's a little bit more of a lover, but more, someone who's nurturing and motherly. So this could be somebody in your life, right? This could also be kind of you, feeling like this is kind of what's coming at you as far as like the opportunities in your life. This could be somebody coming in. This could be a couple, right? This could be you as a couple, but it could also be somebody else, frankly. The Emperor and the Queen of Cups. I mean, this could be, a set of grandparents, a couple, or somebody, maybe it's somebody, coming in. It's a couple that comes in and they help you out with something. They bring you into, I just got maybe somebody's bringing you into a business opportunity. They kind of take you under their wing. Someone could be taking you under their wing, okay? I don't know if that means anything to anybody. Again, that just kind of came to me. So anyway, I thank you for being here. This is kind of a unique time kind of reading. We're in a unique time, of course. Here we are on July 21st, the day of the full moon. So with that, I will thank you for being here. I'll be back again real soon.